100 grams.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I signed with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me. And when they see me, they just dap me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over this to make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. I'm eager to be the one they talk about when all said and done with it. I'm the feature that they want, but then they don't when I come with it. I'm a scene, still a seat, filler, blow up the numbers. And I ain't leaving no crumbs, so you know when I'm done with it. I'm a new school vibe with an old soul, oh so great. Stay paid by the boatload, don't go chasing a wave. I'm a rowboat, blow smoke right through the face of the ozone. Oh no, I got the bag, I'm back to just double it. I'm about to pop the top, I've been bubbling. They want the spot, but I do not cut them in. They tryna plot my drop, they been huddling. Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I signed with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like fire.
Welcome to the State of Skol podcast, brought to you live for the first time by 10,000 Takes. It's your boy Lou and Eli, aka Greg the Leg, apparently. And we pulled off another one, my guy.
You got the hard stuff on the rocks here. I got the goldies here.
12
another
and
hard
3.
one indeed.
12 and 3. Don't talk to me.
I had, you know what? I just thought I go watch this game's going to be 24 going into OT. They're going to find a way to tie it. We wanted free football on Christmas, but we didn't get that. We did get a Greg the Leg nuke though. So we'll take that.
You know what? Somehow I'll get over it, to be honest with you. I'll take the dramatic victory on that one. So just running through the stats here real quick. We're going to try and keep it short today. Merry Christmas to all of you, by the way. Happy holidays and anything else you want to throw in there. Vikings pull off the win 27-24. Kirk Cousins, our man, goes 34 for 48, 299 yards, averaging 6.2 an attempt there with 3 touchdowns. Sacked 4 times for 29 yards, worth noting. Passer rating just shy of 108. Dalvin Cook carries the ball for 14 times for 64 yards. We go over to the receiving side. Jefferson, what else is there to say about that guy at this point? We keep saying that every week. So at some point, give this guy the MVP trophy. 12 catches for 133 yards and a touchdown. TJ Hawk also with a day. I saw 13 catches, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Franchise record for catches by a tight end in the game.
A lot of a round of applause there.
We had a lot of records going on this game. That's the name of it. Defensive side, very solid game. Asamoah with the recovery. That was the big play of the game that really got it done for us. Eric Kendrick leads with us with 10 tackles, 7 solo. And also Danielle Hunter getting 2 sacks in the game. Nice to hear his name called again for once.
Finally.
And Pat E with just the biggest fight of the entire game in terms of matchups. Man. This team makes me
cheers to that.
Ways this time.
Look at her.
You're here. So we're
here. Welcome, Nick, Lillian, Tommy Hayden. Thanks for joining, guys. We're 12-3, and we're here. What happened? We can run it with Nick's question right away. What happened with the run? We just kind of went away from it. Dalvin was kind of dicing those holes up pretty clean. Madison had that other drive where it looked like he was, he was finding some rhythm as well, and we just kind of got away from the run. That 4th and 2 late, I had thought, a run. I don't mind going for it there and taking the shot to JJ. It is what it is on that. But yeah, I don't know. What did you see with Dalvin? He looked clean, man. I don't know. He looked clean early.
I think a big part of it is all the injuries that we're fighting on the offensive line. Everyone knows Darisaul's been in and out. O'Neal's aging a little bit. Bradbury's been hard to keep in there. But also, you can't discount the Giants' defensive front. Thibodeau up front being a top 3 draft pick or whatever he was. It's a tough team, and they send a lot of pressure. They're the biggest blitzing team in the league. So when you've got that going on, it's just like when you're playing Madden, you hit the all bailout blitz when you think they're going to run it, and that gives you some trouble. But Dalvin did come up in some big spots for us today. We get him involved in the passing game. The screen passing is still just, hit or miss for us, but You know, I have a big philosophy that I don't complain too hard when we win games, so we haven't been complaining too much this year.
And we're used to this style of winning. It's just how it is. It's every week. Like I don't know why.
I was so unpanicked today, even when the game got tied up and plays are happening. Saquon Barkley with a touchdown on 4th down. Maybe I'm beaten numb, or maybe I finally believe in this team in the bottom of my heart. But it always felt like we were just going to do this thing, didn't it? Maybe that's just me, but
it did. I had literally thought, so I mean, we can kind of run through quarter by quarter just to kind of how the start was. Like took us a couple of drives to get going because I think we scored on a 3rd possession to a nice play to Hawk there. Oh, God, Hawk, have a day, Mr. Hawk. Shout out to your brother, Hawk. We met him the other week, so nice guy there. But we didn't really get our first drive. I think it was unfair how good we were, with our opening possession. So we wanted to tone it down a little bit, give the other teams a chance. Wink was the defensive coordinator. Wink, what's his last name? I like how they call him Wink on the Giants. But
I honestly only know him by Wink. What is his full name?
I couldn't tell you. If someone in the chat knows that, let us know. I have no idea, but he was dialing up dude was dialing up a hell of a game plan. He found ways to disguise the defense. He was throwing blitz in, different types of blitzes in. He had that one corner blitz where I think Kirk had to kind of miss JJ on that out route on the outside there. Kirk almost died a couple of times today. That hit to the knees. There we go. There's the Don Martindale. They call him Wink, like that. That early hit to the knees made me kind of nervous. I was pretty low, and Kirk said, "Hey, I want a damn flag here," and we got the flag there. But boy, Kirk was taking some shots though, and he had some questionable throws.
The biggest fear you get out of that game is when you combine the most hit quarterback in the league with the defense that just doesn't care and will blitz constantly. Kirk needs to be the man there, and he got it done. How many times? I feel like we've been saying the same thing week after week after week. Kirk has to be the man, and this week he was. At what point is he just the man, And obviously we've got the weapons around. Jefferson is deserving of the MVP if there ever was a non-quarterback deserving of it. TJ Hawkinson, you'd think he had his Twitter feed open during the game. He had one drop in one of those first couple drives where everyone's like, here we go again. This is TJ. This is what he is. And then he just goes on to have the biggest game of a tight end in our franchise history.
That drop, it was a drop, but at the same time, that DB or outside linebacker made a really good play on the ball there. I mean, he turned and punched it as Hawk was kind of trying to secure it. So it was a hell of a play by the defender, but
the Giants are in the hunt for a reason, man. They got some players on that team.
They'll, I'm sure that there's a good possibility we see them again at this stadium in come January here next month or a couple weeks.
Not a bad chance it's a round one matchup at all.
Nope. And Barkley is still that dude. You saw it when it mattered the most. He said, "Give me the damn rock," and he took that to the crib. That Pettis was just killing us today. Or Hodgins, sorry, not Pettis. Hodgins was just going nuts.
Yeah, he picked Christmas to have his breakout game apparently, and him and Pat Pete were talking to each other left and right. One of my favorite sequences of the whole game was, I believe it was in the second, might have been in the third. Correct me if you know, but when Pat Pete got caught for pass interference after giving up the big one, and just next play right off the bat, instead of sulking about it or trying to protect him or anything, just send him on a corner blitz out of our defense and go and get effectively the sack. I don't know if he got credited for it, but he might as well have.
He kind of started the scurry, and then I like how it was kind of mid-play, but he was already celebrating towards the Giants sideline after he knew that we were going to clean it up for him.
That defense was one of the big highlights to me in all of this, because Lord knows it's been talked about ad nauseum about our defense and, our bend don't break that everyone loves to hear about. Giving up yards isn't points, even though it turns into a lot of points against us. We're like 8th to last in scoring or something like that. We played some tough football today. We saw some different looks, sent some blitz going. against a protection unit that was doing well, as we are joined by our third member here, AJ, coming live from the stadium. AJ, how's the whiteout?
Oh, man. The vibes were amazing. The whiteout, oh, my God. The whiteout was so beautiful. Like, it was just crazy. Like, how I didn't – and, like, there was good cooperation, too. Like, I didn't know – like, there was obviously there was people still wearing, like, purple and whatnot, but it was good cooperation by everybody. I like that everyone was like, yeah, let's wear white.
Where were you? Vikings fans for that one.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone for doing that. Shout out to Nancy from Vegas. Thanks for joining. AJ, where were you for the kick? Could you see it go through right away? What was your visual like there?
So I was 347, so I was high up, but on the side looking towards where he was kicking. So I could kind of see in theory, but like in a stadium, you never really know unless if you have like, if you're right behind the net or if you have like a good vantage point. So I really just waited on everybody else's reaction. And, but I was like, oh, 61 yards. Here we go. But I had a feeling he was going to make it. So let's go, Greg.
Yeah.
G-Money.
G-Money. Come on. Greg the leg. That was you want to know what? Who was it? Was it Thomason that tweeted Greg has made like 18 consecutive kicks, and he tweeted that right before he was going to kick it. I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you tweet that?
Hey, maybe the biggest redemption story in our division this year, other than like Justin Fields, I guess. But Greg the leg coming through, setting the franchise record for a long field goal for a walk-off on Christmas Eve. Have at it, man. For those of you that are a regular listener, I'll give my Baja Blast player of the game to Greg the leg Joseph. I tell you.
Just because for anyone who's not a regular listener, by the way, JJ is exempt. He has too many Baja Blasts. He's exempt from the award.
The honorary member of the club.
He's honorary.
He's got it on tap.
We already told him we're bringing him a bag and box at the end of the year.
Whatever he wants. So what was it like, AJ, getting there? It's a holiday game, right? Merry Christmas to everybody. Christmas Eve. I mean, what was the vibe like kind of? And then, I mean, when we had scored to go up 8, was it kind of like, here we go again. They're going to tie it. I mean, or was it still pretty loud there and electric throughout the whole game?
It was a little bit quiet in my section, and I wasn't like too loud either because I'm a little under the weather. So I was like, and like, I don't know. Yeah. My brothers aren't like they were into it, but they're not like I am, like hardcore Vikings fans. So it was a little quiet, but it was like a good mood. Like people were there in the white, in the Santa stuff. People were decked out. There was a lot more Giants fans there than I thought there would be, which was surprising. Really? There was somebody that had like a sick Stitch Saquon and then a Landon Collins, like 2 rows in front of us. But yeah, it was good vibe in there. We got in there a little bit late, but it was.
Dude, traffic was terrible. The roads were terrible this morning. Adam, did you commute to Lakeville this morning?
I jumped down right before the game, so I was fighting a flat tire the whole way because every air pump between here and Minneapolis is out of service apparently. But
so from where my apartment is to get onto 35 South, it heads towards Lakeville. I have to go through the tunnel right there. I sat in that damn tunnel for like 30 minutes probably. And then I realized, so there's a crash on the right. There was another crash ahead of that on the exit ramp towards 35. And then you get on 35, the roads were just like glare ice. Like it was, so I was getting pretty
this was our favorite segment known as Eli Explains Traffic.
It can't be Minnesota without talking about the traffic. You know, that's our favorite thing to talk about.
Particularly around the winter.
So all you dumb Packer fans out there that complain because we had a blizzard indoors day, get over it. We had a blizzard indoors today. To all you Green Bay fans, we had a blizzard indoors, and we didn't have to sit on bleachers. Oops, sorry, you're in my bleacher spot. Get a clue. We have the better stadium than you. Get over it. I'm sick of it. I've been seeing it on Twitter all week. You guys don't even play outside. Yeah, thank God we don't play outside. Who would want to sit in this weather?
On that note, Eli, there's an angle to this game that I was seeing going around a little bit just because of where I went to college, but we did the Packers a favor apparently in the wild card race. I've written them off for weeks now. The Packers are bad this year. Thanks. I don't want to see Green Bay in the first round personally.
No,
I don't either. But
I'm fighting away demons of Vikings of Christmas past, but I don't really want that to happen, in my own opinion. Right. And I just really, and I guess this kind of ties into our looking ahead here. We got the Packers in Lambeau in the winter. What are we thinking here, guys?
Sorry, I got my family running in here. Oh, the holidays. I tell you what, AJ, did you see the scores today? AJ, by chance, like around the league?
I was actually watching a little bit more of the scoreboard than you think I would be because my brother had a huge parlay on Prize Picks, so he was checking that. Then we're playing each other in fantasy. So he has Saquon Barkley, I have Dalvin Cook, and we're in the semifinals. And I've never made it out the first round. And he's like won like twice and went to the finals. And of course he was so that was fun. But I'm sorry,
Lillian doesn't want us. Lillian doesn't want us to speak Green Bay. Well, the reason why I asked is because our beloved Lions got pummeled today. I know that's Adam's favorite team since Hard Knocks. He's a big fan.
Yeah, Deonta Foreman and Hubbard went off for like 100 apiece each.
And DJ Moore even had a game. DJ Moore were the Christmas league.
He had 0 points at halftime. I had him in my DFS, so let's go. Hopefully I'm going to swing.
Adam's family's listening in. Adam, you want to explain that? Because I can explain it, but it's a family
I love
show.
That headshot.
I'll tell you when you're older, Lex.
I can't be vulgar today, AJ, because I don't.
We're in front of an audience. You need to speak nicely.
Yeah. Yep. No, Greg. That's Greg's normal leg. There's no other leg there. He's not Greg Olson either.
Anyways, I don't want to ruin Lil's afternoon either, but scoreboard watching around, man, let's just not try and do Green Bay any more favors.
I think Dolphins cover tomorrow. That's what I was. Yeah, so the Lions got pumped today, so they're kind of. I don't know where that wild card is looking right now for the NFC. I haven't looked, but
Dolphins score that Lions game.
Bad. I hope the injury bug doesn't get in the last two games. Nick, good point. Nick Schultz on that one. I'll get to that in a second. So the score of the Lions game, 37-23, but it was a garbage 23 for the Lions. Like it was like 37-3 or 10 or whatever for most of the game.
It was an ugly. They got pumped by.
Dude, Sam Darnold kind of looked good.
Carolina, here we come.
Are you back on Sam Darnold train?
Back on the Sam Darnold train. Back on the Bucs are going to lose. Remember also because you guys, hey, shout out to my Jags, by the way. Y'all doubted them. Not my Jags, but the Jags.
Yeah, I definitely was like, oh, they're going to lose to the Cowboys last week. And then they won in a crazy-ass game.
And now they're in first place because the Titans lost to Houston.
I think we're all on just cloud nine.
You're
right now.
kidding.
We don't have to deal with the wild card race.
Yeah. No, they lost to Houston. It was terrible. So the game had to start at 1:00 today, by the way.
I saw that. Because there was like a power outage.
Yeah, something crazy with that. But
okay,
we'll try and keep it Vikings here because I know we're fired up about the Jags, but we'll let them. Also, you said there was a guy at the game in a Trevor Lawrence jersey.
Yeah, there was a guy. There was a guy in a T-Law jersey. I'm like, bro, like this is not even remotely related. Like you're into the other conference. This is an interconference matchup, and you're what?
But dude, I guess was it white at least?
No, it was the teal. That's why I saw it.
Oh my god, dude! What are you doing?
Let's tie her back into the Vikes here since we're trying to keep this nice and short for everyone's Christmas Eve here. Nick brought up a good point here. Headed into these last couple weeks, outdoor at Green Bay, outdoor at Chicago. How tightly are we clinging on to this 2 seed? And where are we at on the rest versus Russ? Do we start sitting guys? Do we keep everyone going? Personally, I guess I'll just kick it off. I don't want to change the formula too much more than 1 week out. If we get to that Bears game and we're feeling like we want to keep everyone healthy, let everyone recover, I'll hear you. But I don't want to go in, 2-3 weeks out and start thinking about the wild card round, What are you guys thinking on that?
AJ, you give your thoughts because I'll give my 2 cents on this.
It's interesting because like the last 2 games outside, turf, cold weather, you're gonna have something happen. Now, I think if we get to that Bears game, everything. Okay, yeah, if everything gets there, if we get to that last Bears game, I don't feel terribly bad about sitting Dalvin for Alex Madison. I don't terribly bad about sitting JJ. I want the 2 seed, but I'm not gonna risk our health for it, and I don't really think it's gonna. It would be great to have San Francisco or whoever come in here in that second round, but it is what it is. So
it is.
The worst we're guaranteed is the 3 seed. So if we went the full JV squad the next couple games, the worst we're looking at is the 3 seed.
But first of all, where are we at with record wise for JJ versus CJ Calvin Johnson? Do they go for the 2K?
Nick just beat you right to it right there.
Right to it. That was he's on the ball today.
So I believe it's he needs I'm gonna butcher this probably, but it's around 108-ish a game to beat Calvin, and it's like 130 a game to hit 2K.
To hit 2K.
Might be vice versa. Sorry, but
then everyone's going to say, well, it's a 17-game season. It doesn't count if you did it in the last week, so just bench him anyway, whatever. I can already see that narrative coming. So here's my thoughts on the last game. Then I'll tie us. Watch it. I'm going to tie it all back together because I'm a kind of a savant, if you will. So the biggest thing that we need as Minnesota sports fans, we know what it's like for a team, i.e. the Wild, to back into the playoffs. And granted, the Wild usually do it as an 8th or 7th seed. We're doing it as a 2 or 3 seed, hopefully a 2 seed. You got to go into the dance with momentum. So back to the game. I'm going to tie it back into today's game. We missed this point because I want to talk about the pick that got overturned, right, today, where Kirk threw pretty bad ball. He tried to force it to Thielen. It happens, which, AJ, I know you guys at the stadium knew it before on TV because I was texting all my buddies, and then my one buddy saw Townsend's tweet, and he said they're reviewing it. I was like, what the hell? And it hit the ground. So that's where the momentum starts, right there. I'm going to pinpoint that moment. It's the hashtag turning point, right? Where that dropped interception is the momentum that we need to not only go off to obviously go and win this game in the most dramatic fashion possible because we found a way to do it, whatever. But we need to carry that momentum now through these next 2 shitty outdoor games. Look, if we win next week, I'm fine with going into Chicago and just kind of saying, because it's gonna, you know what it is in Soldier Field. It's not turf, it's shitty. It's like I don't even call it grass at this point because now there, and it's gonna be Chicago. I don't know who Chicago's gonna play. I don't know if Fields is gonna be playing. Whatever the case is, but you gotta win at least one of these last 2. If we lose next week, it's it's not the end of the season, whatever. But you can't bench guys in Chicago. You can't go into the playoffs 0-2 the weeks before. You got to beat someone's ass. Beat both of their asses. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. Go in there, destroy Rodgers. They're going to lose to Miami tomorrow, so it's going to be all good. But let's just give them a little bow on top of the present here, going into the new year for Green Bay. A little bitter taste in their mouth. That's my 2 cents on the next 2 weeks here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad theory. Just win every game in front of you. I don't think that's too far out of left field that we should try to win every game we play.
Here's the thing,
though. In division, and it seems like there's kind of this, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but there's kind of this shift going on with the NFC North where Rodgers, whether he come back or next year, he's on the tail end in Green Bay, and it doesn't seem like they have figured out their next answer to that. And the Bears are on the up. Justin Fields is running like a madman. The Lions are playing out of their mind. Granted, they dropped it today, but they're scrappy and looking like they're only getting better. Someone's going to have to step on the throat of this division, and we're kind of geared up right now to do it. If the Vikings are going to be what we think they're capable of, maybe we shouldn't be sitting, guys. Maybe we should go in, clean up our division, and head into the playoffs with momentum. And I'm a believer in playoff momentum too, especially since the Eagles are banged up right now, apparently with Hurts. They're in a fight for their lives with the Cowboys right now. It's not completely out of the question that we could pick up the 1 seed, and I would love.
I don't know. What were you going to say, AJ?
Yeah. So I mean, I think at this point, us asking for someone to go in there and crush him. We've been asking for that for weeks. We said that a couple weeks ago with the Jets, and we said that last week, and we said that this week. It's just not going to happen at this point. Now, if it did, great. If it happens in that final week 18, great. You destroy Justin Fields in Soldier Field. Congratulations. But I feel like at this point, trying to ask for that and put out all that effort just to feel good about yourselves going into the playoffs, like you won the North, you defied expectations, you know what you have in the locker room, you got a bunch of dogs that will fight to the end. I just don't really know if that's, that worth in that point. If we win by 10 against the Bears, no one's going to give any rip about it because it's a week 18 game.
Versus if we lose by 10. Yeah, I get it. You got me fired up. I got a good fire up speech coming up for playoffs. So I'm going to go Brian Dawkins on the bench. Right now, it's Christmas right now. Everyone calm down. Yeah, stay tuned.
You've got a good fired up speech.
Are there any other thoughts on this game specifically, guys? Because I got a little something to celebrate.
Can I give out my Baja Blast player of the game?
Let's do that quick.
Baja Blast.
Hey!
It's old, but it'll work.
By the way, Baja Blast, but I don't want to cut you, but the Baja Blast seltzers are meh. Not a fan. Not a fan. Of the
Yeah,
Sixers.
I could have guessed that.
Ugh.
I have to give mine to Hawkinson, man.
Yeah,
What a
there it is.
performance. He was there all the time. Of course, on my fantasy team too, so I'm a little bit biased in this sense. But that second touchdown, are you kidding me? Dunking on people. And then that first touchdown too was beautiful route, beautiful toe tap. I mean, this is what you go out and get. You go out and
unlock the Hawk.
Unlock the Hawk for a second round pick. I'll take that any day. Any day. Let's go, TJ.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So TJ, is that his first one that we gave him? First Baja Blast?
I feel like he got one.
Those down. I don't know.
I feel like he got one maybe that first week that he was here because he had 9 catches on 9 targets that first week that he came in Washington on like 3 days of like knowing what's going on. Yes, you should do the Hawk shirt.
Yeah,
let's go.
Hawk shirt bit.
Everyone, I hope everyone agrees.
That bit is alive.
So you went Hawk. Adam, you went for the Greg. The leg, the normal leg. Cheers to Greg, by the way.
I think I might have stepped on your bit now that I think of it, but
yeah. Okay, so I gotta try and change it up. So the only reason I want to give it to this guy is because he was named to his first ever Pro Bowl, which okay.
I think you're taking my celebration.
Yeah, okay. Well, we can roll within that. Baja Blast player of the game, and we'll go into the Pro Bowl. A friend of the show, maybe we'll have him on before playoffs, Andrew DePaula.
Andrew DePaula. That's our man right there.
Let's go, Andrew. Let's go,
first
young man.
Pro Bowler for the first time and the first guest on the State of Skol podcast.
How cool was that?
To be Andrew DePaula, baby.
He was on our show. I don't want to say it, but before, so he wasn't a Pro Bowler until he came on State of Skol, and then after
we're 1 for 1. Every Vikings player that has been on State of Skol is now a Pro Bowler. Fact or fiction?
Yeah, fact. We are 100%.
We're the Pro Bowl good luck charm. The opposite of a
Pro Bowl
curse.
good luck charm. How does that work, by the way? Is it just like are they still playing like dodgeball and stuff?
Yeah, they're gonna do like games and skill competitions and whatnot. I have no idea what that looks like for long snappers.
We don't.
But it's must-see TV, whatever it is.
We're not going to be there though, because we're going to be busy with the game the next week.
True.
Right?
I hope so.
Right.
You see, Ty Huntley was like the 5th alternate for the AFC. By the way,
that's what I was just going to talk about. Did you see all that? Did everyone see all that? The Pro Bowl selections. What are we doing? What are we doing?
It's
the
TJ Watt one. So that's something. But
what about TJ Watt though? He played like Will Compton's been getting crushed on Twitter by all the Steeler fans. What do you play? 6 games?
I don't know that when you're TJ Watt, you can kind of get away with it though.
Right.
The one game he played before he got hurt, he had like 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and recovery or something.
Yeah, he basically ruined Joe Burrow's life week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, like he was probably unanimous on the fan vote is what really pushed him over.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm pumped for do we have the list of everyone else? Because I know it was Zadarius, DePaula, Zadarius, Kirky, obviously, because he's the main man.
Obviously.
JJ and Hawk.
Yeah, JJ and Hawk. So here's the guy who got left off and how is CD Darisaw. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Ryan Wright?
It's a heck of a list of guys that are ahead of him, and I get it because it was like Lane Johnson and a couple others of that. So the list of Vikes Pro Bowlers: QB Kirk Cousins, wide receiver Jets, outside linebacker Zadarius, tight end TJ Hawk, and long snapper Andrew DePaula.
That's our guy. Shout out Andrew. Let's go, Andrew. We'll try and get him on the show here coming up because he's got to get a nice bonus. You know what? Maybe Andrew can take us to Manny's with that Pro Bowl bonus he's going to be getting.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I've never been there before.
We're not saying it's just us. We're just saying it's not us.
It's just. So Andrew, throw your friends here. We basically
Demille, everyone that was unable to make it this year. There's a formula out.
Yeah,
people are saying, why have you not been on State of Skol podcast if everyone that's been on it goes to the Pro Bowl?
Goes to the Pro Bowl, so it's a nice bonus there. Now we'll talk about All Pro. Ryan Wright did have himself a game. Ryan Wright
picked
did
up his first touchback in the worst way possible.
Yeah, that was.
It wasn't a deserved touchback. Yeah, that was on. Was that?
It should have been pinned at the 3.
Was that Boyd? Who was that? Does anyone remember?
I think that was Jalen Naylor that messed that up.
Yeah, because Boyd's the best gunner in the NFL, and he's doing decent on Twitter as well. Boyd, that's what I say.
Shame.
Yeah, but no, so it's all right though. We still love Ryan, our thick boy punter. And look at how about the special team? What a week for the special teams guys. You know, we get Greg Nuke in it. Wright had a nuke when we needed it at the end, even though it didn't really matter because they scored to tie it anyway. But we just wanted to do that to give the fans a show.
with the block.
Yeah, how about that?
Punts are good punts now. It's so weird. They called it out on the broadcast that it was going to be a terrible punt and like to the 30, and then it rolled all the way to the 10.
Yeah.
In a game like today, I'm pretty pumped to have a good punter.
Yeah. I mean, today was kind of what I expected. What was the line 4? So we didn't cover that. My JJ
today
overhit.
Been like every other Viking game this year.
They just got to start making our games pick'ems, to be honest. Otherwise, I don't know. But what's the line next week? Does anybody know? I can look really quick. Line next week, right?
I'm gonna guess that we are -2.5.
I'm gonna say 4.
Okay.
What are you saying?
NFL week
4.
4. Minus. You both think we're minus? It is. We play 325. We're +2.5. What?
Hammer, thank you.
Hammer. Where's the hammer? Hammers is a scissors, but hammer. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Get out of here. They're gonna get pumped by the Dolphins. Mark my words. The Dolphins
Unless we start sitting guys, and then I withdraw my answer.
So I don't know because JJ's probably got to have some sort of. I mean, he doesn't want to. He already said. Did you see Coach's quote? He said JJ's the type of guy that's going to try to fight me if I start shortening his reps.
Yeah, I saw that.
What we need.
Yeah, I don't know anything else.
Start my own campaign since we have the main channel bump right now. By the way.
Yeah.
For those that are active on Twitter, we're live Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. But Twitter, there are polls going on right now for the Viking Twitter Awards. And one of them that was up for grabs was the best beard on Viking Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
So I just need an opinion here. What am I going to need to do in 2023 to get up for grabs on that? Because there's nothing I want more on my mantle than the best beard in Vikings. Some of these guys that are getting nominated are like down to here, but I don't know if it's like a quantity or qualities thing,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I need tips. Those hit me up at Adam Lucas 220. I need to know how I can get myself into contention here.
Yeah, I can't.
We got to get you some beard pills to help.
Yeah, you got to get some of the pills. They're on roids. Are you allowed to take the PEDs though? You let it go on trim for a year. Tell you what, we get over 100 likes. You have to do that. Otherwise, for every playoff win, it's another. If we win the Super Bowl, you can't shave your beard until we lose a game the following year. So
I can only. I feel like it'll grow wide before it grows long. It'll be the real problem.
That's fine. For a Super Bowl championship,
I'll have the largest horizontal beard on Vikings Twitter.
I would like people to let us know what. So this is just speculative. This is just fun talk. I'm not trying to jinx us. Say we go to the NFC title game in Philadelphia. Do people think it's worth going to Philadelphia to go to that game?
No.
But would you guys go? Would we go? What if someone here somehow gives us free tickets? We got free tickets to the game.
In the most respectful way, Eli, have you ever heard yourself speak? I don't think you should be in the city of Philadelphia if that happens.
Because I would be like, what the fuck? Oh, no swearing.
Yeah,
no
that's
swearing.
the problem. And then you get murdered.
Yeah, Nick agrees. Don't. So okay, maybe
like that. If they're just throwing snowballs at people that just happen to be wearing the other jersey, I don't want to know what comes in.
That's why you go there wearing neutral clothes. Just go there wearing a black hoodie.
Oh yeah,
I'm just here for the game. I got free tickets.
Underneath
the under the table fist pump there.
True.
So okay, let's roll into. Any other thoughts on today's game, or we can roll? I was excited. Let's do a quick. What do we think is going to happen next week, and then we'll do Skol or Skunk. Then we'll let everybody get back to their Christmas. So anything else on today's game? Any takeaways?
We're just gonna keep doing this, and it's fun. I've gone full Joker with it, where I just don't even stress or worry or laugh or cry or anything. I'm just watching with beat numb indifference until it goes our way, which, 13 times out of 17 it will, apparently.
It is what it is, right? AJ, anything? What about the white end zones in Can we keep those? Everyone's thoughts on that. Can we keep the white end zones?
I think this is a bit we should let be where it was,
One and done.
I'd like to leave it. I would love if they brought it back like once a year, like have it be like the Penn State whiteout game, kind of the same thing. We just do that every year and then just kind of keep it for that. I love that. But, nothing really to elaborate on. We are who we thought we were, and we're still on the hook.
On the hook.
I look into next. Oh, sorry, not to cut you off there, AJ.
I didn't think that we would like come down to a game-winning field goal with the Giants, but I'm not surprised. So
weird one here for the New Year's Day, Vikes Green Bay at Lambeau. It's at 3:25 on CBS.
Yeah. I agree with Marlo though. That white logo was nasty. Let's keep that.
It was nice. I just don't want to beat it into the ground.
Yeah, that's clean. Maybe for playoffs. I don't know. We'll worry about that.
Why are we on CBS for Vikes Pack?
Why is it?
They do that now. We're probably going to have Jim Nance, Tony Romo for that too.
But NFC is like full Fox, isn't it? For the most part.
They've been cross switching the last couple of years.
Don't the Titans play the Jags next week? Basically for the. Oh no, they play them next.
That's week 18. That's week 18. Yeah.
That's for the division basically there. Even though I can't believe the Titans fumbled the bag. Weird. So you say it's Nance and Romo Connor game?
Yeah, for most likely
for 3:25 probably.
Yeah, Vikings Packers. Either that or behind Eagle and Charles Davis, but they'll probably send the AC for us.
And that's New Year's Day, right?
Especially because it's in Lambeau.
Yeah, it's gonna be. What's the temp gonna be? Anyone over under on temp?
It's big thermometer time, is what it is.
Yeah, big thermometer time.
Do you like
when they show it on the field temperature?
Oh, I love it. That's football Americana right there.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're predictions.
I don't know. We might lose it. I don't know. It's Aaron Rodgers, Lambeau Field, Vikes.
Aaron Rodgers. I think it highly depends on if the Dolphins pump the Packers tomorrow or not.
If they're eliminated, I think Rodgers is just done for the year, and then we should be completely fine. If just for the sake of the Viking stream here, and also just completely how the season's worked out, I'll say we win. Let's go 35-33. I don't even know how you get there, but let's go with it. And it'll be like Rodgers strip sack with like 8 seconds left or something.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest way we can possibly win a game at Lambeau Field?
Yeah.
That's how we're going to do it.
I'm going to go 31-27 Vikes. I think that they'll have the lead for a good chunk of time, and then we'll just come right back and then seal it on the end with the defense.
So first of all, I want to say thanks to JJ for cashing on my over today. I thought that wasn't going to hit. It didn't hit till he had that touchdown at the end of the game. I was really mad. I was really mad. And I got yelled at for yelling at the TV because I have a family Christmas. So that's a sidebar. I had to go to the basement. I was not happy. Second of all, I think we're going to win on like a blocked field goal, and then we scoop and score and return the field goal. I don't know other ways we could possibly win, or a Jalen Rieger house call maybe on a punt. I don't know. Some weird way.
Let's win on a 1-point safety, the weirdest thing in the NFL.
I'm going to take us to cover the two. I don't know if the line's going to finish at that. Again, I think it's huge. Depends on it solely depends on what happens in Miami tomorrow. But I don't know. I think we've never picked against the Vikes, and we've only been wrong. Well, AJ took the Lions that 1 week on a.
No, I didn't. You tricked me into that, dumbass.
But you were right.
I took the Bills. I'll own it.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been wrong. So we don't just favor on this show, even though Greg the Leg.
I think it's going to go the exact same way every other Vikings game of the year has gone, and that'll be that. But that also means we win more than we lose. So let's keep doing it.
Yep. Let's keep doing it. We'll rip Skol or Skunk real quick if anyone has anything to add in the comments. But I wanted to say too. Stop talking about Joseph's consecutive made kit. I don't want to see it next week. I don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. He
had his redemption, and now he is a kicker.
He's a kicker. So shout out to them. Okay, let's keep it Christmas related here for Skol or Skunk. So because we did like wrapping presents last week. So my first Skol or skunk is kind of fun. It's like, so unwrapping a present and you get a gift that you're kind of like, you don't really care to get, like a book or something nerds would get, or, you know, I don't know. Like unwrapping a gift that you didn't really like in front of family. Do we Skol or skunk it? 'Cause
Anti-book guy, Eli.
yeah, I don't know.
Skol or skunk getting something I didn't ask for. Wow.
Yeah.
It's got. I guess skunk the way that it's phrased. I don't know. I feel like I'm relatively courteous with gifts in general. I appreciate you going to get me something.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm also my entire family listens to this show, so I've never received a bad gift in my life.
They're all in the next room listening to AJ. So
Even on things like that, where you're like, oh, thanks. Like, you got me this thing that's not really useful. Like, it always seems like those things down the line become more useful. You're like, oh, I can use this now because this ominous family member got this for me. Thank you, ominous family member.
I've gotten some sleeper Christmas presents, actually. Honestly, if you're not sure what to get someone, the best way to go is just like some of your like, what's your favorite thing that's like innocuous that you use in your daily life? And then it's like, oh, wow, this is awesome. I'm going to completely adopt this and make it half my personality. I got some Ugg slippers a few years ago that are still just like a daily staple that I never thought would fill a role like that to me.
Gift cards are always good too.
Gift cards are good. That was, you took the one out of my mouth. So I was going to say Skol or skunk getting gift cards, like gift cards to certain stores for a Christmas present.
Yes, Skol it, but make it money too.
I'm with Marlo. I skunk it.
Straight cash money.
Yeah, just give me cash or give me a Visa gift card. I don't want your.
I'm never gonna cry about a Target card though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Target or a gas card.
Yeah, gas.
Give me a holiday. Give me a Target. Just it can't be an obscure gift card. Is the thing. It's got to have like some thought into like where it's coming from.
Give me a Taco Bell gift card or cash, brother. That's all I want.
Taco Bell
gift
of
card or
course.
cash. Or just give me Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
And the next one. Oh, since we're live, Skol or skunk, filet-o-fish.
And that's our show.
That's
Eli's gonna go have a dozen more McGoltons, and
I got a couple of that. I'm gonna pull 3 just down from this one here, and we'll be right back.
I'm getting knocked on for the family Christmas, so I think we're wrapping up here, fellas.
Any last notes, AJ? Got anything? We'll let everyone get back to their holidays. We appreciate everyone who joined us today, and this is fun. We'll definitely do a live show again. Anything, AJ?
No, I'm gonna say I love the aesthetic. I hope we do this again in the future. And Skol Vikings.
Yeah. Skol Vikings.
Skol Vikings.
Skol Vikings!